Okay, did you get that one? All right, if you didn't, make sure that we're really focused as I'm going through the rest of this lesson. That's what I'm talking about, those comprehension checks to keep your brain engaged. All right, so let's hear about this story about Mushi. I bet it's going to be an awesome story. It seems like he has good stories. She's really interested in it. She's happy, she's smiling, she's pointing. If they're a boring story, she probably wouldn't be that interested in it, right? All right, going on to the next page. I always want to click that arrow, but it's actually this arrow over here. So I'm going to show you guys the picture while I read the words. It says, Moshi the goat was from my village in Russia, Julie's grandfather said. He pulled the wagon I rode in when I came to America. Not only could Mushi leap across oceans the way others jump over puddles, but he could also sing. We started singing the moment we left Russia. 9,092 miles to go, 9,092 miles. After we pass that small patch of snow, we'll have 9,091 miles to go. Julie was about to join in when her grandmother said, Sol, what are you telling that child? A true story, just the way I remember it, Rose dear, Julie's grandfather said. Mushi's wagon was solid gold. It shone like a shooting star when we flew over the ocean. Okay, so thinking about what you know about the world, do you think that what he's telling is the truth right now? No, it sounds like he's trying to make it a little bit more exciting. We know that gold wagons don't fly across oceans like that. Definitely not wagons like that with one thing pulling it. That's a story, all right, but it's not true, Julie's grandmother said. Grandpa came on a boat like I did. It was terrible. Hundreds of families were crowded together. Babies were crying. Bundles were piled over. The boat rocked so much I thought we would drown. But in Russia, life for Jews was very hard. We couldn't live or work where we wanted. Sometimes we were attacked just because we were Jewish. We had to leave Russia any way that we could. As her grandmother spoke, pictures grew in Julie's mind of her grandparents leaving their country and crossing a rough winter ocean on a boat so crowded they could hardly move. Are you getting a good picture in your mind of this? Grandpa, is that really how you came? Julie asked, looking sad. Yes, it was, Julie's grandfather said. He too looked sad, until he added, but what a welcome I got when I arrived. President Theodore Roosevelt rode his horse through a blizzard of ticker tape to greet me. Hello, Sol, he said. Mighty glad you could come. So what I can kind of see is that whenever something like sad is happening in a story, it seems like he tries to like do a little make-believe part to make it more positive. Like at the end here where he's talking about President Theodore Roosevelt riding his horse, and greeting him personally. I don't know if the president had time to greet every immigrant personally, so I'm not sure if I think that's the truth. I think maybe it's kind of like the gold carriage thing we read about before. But what I want us to think about now is the second big detail that we're learning about Julie's grandfather, and that he came over on a boat. Hoping that this didn't get lost, so it did. So our second big detail is that he came over. Come on, let me type. Julie's grandparents really came to America on a very crowded boat. And the first detail, of course, that we learned that was that Julie's grandfather likes to tell stories, true and fake stories. All right, so we're going to do the same thing we did before, and we're going to do a quick check to see if you were focused.